What if I told you you can now buy Apple, Tesla, or Nvidia stock right now on your phone without opening a U.S. brokerage account, without wiring dollars across borders, and without waiting for T+1 settlement? And here's the kicker. What you're buying isn't a CFD, isn't a futures contract, isn't a synthetic derivative. It's actual tokenized U.S. stock, 100% backed by real shares, transferable on-chain 24/7. This is Ondo Global Markets, and it's quietly become the largest tokenized U.S. equity platform on the planet. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you 3 things: how it actually works under the hood, why smart money is paying attention, and the part nobody talks about: is it actually safe? Quick question. How many people around the world want to buy U.S. stocks? Answer: hundreds of millions. How many actually can? A tiny fraction. Here's why. 4 classic problems. 1. Opening an account. Documents. Verification. Some countries flat out can't. 2. Moving money across borders. High fees, slow, sometimes blocked. 3. Time zones. U.S. market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That's 10:30 p.m. in Beijing, 3:30 a.m. in Singapore. Good luck. 4. Settlement. Sell today, get your cash tomorrow. T+1. Ondo's whole pitch is solve all 4 at once. Let me show you how. The core idea is dead simple. Buy real stock off-chain. Issue a token on-chain. Walk through it with me. Say you want 1 Apple share. Step 1. You pay with USDC. Done in seconds. Step 2. Ondo immediately sends you 1 AAPLon token. The on suffix is Ondo's branding, like AAPL on chain. Step 3. Behind the scenes, Ondo's broker partner Alpaca buys 1 real AAPL share on NASDAQ. Step 4. That share gets locked in something called a DTCC control account, reserved specifically for your token. So remember this equation. Every AAPLon token issued on-chain has exactly 1 real Apple share locked off-chain. This isn't an air token. It's not a synthetic. It's 100% physically backed. Now, how do you trust Ondo isn't lying about the backing? Independent trust company called Ancora reconciles the books every single day. They check that the real shares match the tokens issued. They publish reports anyone can read. And here's a slick detail. What about Apple paying dividends or doing a stock split? Ondo uses something called S-value, basically a multiplier. Dividend reinvestment? S-value ticks up gradually. Your token count stays the same, but each token's value grows. 10 for 1 split? S-value jumps to 10. Done? No need to mass distribute new tokens to every wallet. Decades of corporate action complexity, compressed into 1 number. That's pretty elegant. Okay, mechanics aside, why does this actually matter? Reason 1. It unlocks U.S. equity meets DeFi. The Apple shares in your Schwab account just sit there. AAPLon, it's an ERC20 token. You can post it as collateral on Morpho. Pool it for liquidity rewards. Use it in any DeFi strategy, combining real-world equity with on-chain composability. That's a real demand from hundreds of millions of investors outside the U.S. Reason 2. Liquidity. Some tokenized stock projects dump tokens into a DEX pool. Try to buy, and you eat 5%, 10% slippage. Ondo's different. Token price is anchored directly to Chainlink's live stock feed. Arbitrage keeps on-chain and off-chain prices basically identical. $10,000 of AAPLon? The slippage is roughly the same as buying 10,000 bucks of AAPL on NASDAQ itself. They call it inherited liquidity. Reason 3, the legal scaffolding is serious. Ondo set up a BVI special purpose vehicle just to issue these tokens. Bankruptcy isolation. Token holders get a first priority security interest over the underlying stocks, which means in a default, you get paid before anyone else. And there's an independent security agent who can step in to liquidate and distribute pro rata. This isn't some made-up DeFi structure. Ondo borrowed an 80-year-old framework called trust indenture, the same legal architecture that backs trillions in corporate bonds. Reason 4, and this might be the biggest one, Ondo is actively working with the SEC to push tokenization regulation forward. December 2025, Ondo's CEO sent a long letter to the SEC Chairman, laid out 3 pathways for tokenized securities, made the case for opening up U.S. retail. What does that tell you? This isn't a hit-and-run crypto play. They're trying to build the next generation of mainstream financial infrastructure, with regulators at the table. Now I gotta talk risks. It's the responsible thing. Risk 1. What you're holding legally isn't the stock itself. It's a structured note, a debt instrument tied to the stock, which means no shareholder voting rights, no proxies, no annual meeting invites. You get the price exposure, not the ownership. Risk 2. Cross-border legal complexity. Ondo touches BVI, Switzerland, and U.S. jurisdictions. If something blows up, untangling that across 3 legal systems is slow and expensive. Risk 3. Regulatory uncertainty. What if the SEC suddenly tightens its Reg S interpretation? What if OFAC expands the sanctions list? Real tail risks? Risk 4. Smart contract bugs, private key compromises, Oracle failures. The standard on-chain risks every protocol has. None of this means you shouldn't touch it. It means you should. Understand exactly what you're buying and size your risk accordingly. Coming back to the start, why am I spending 10 minutes on Ondo specifically? Because it represents a trend. Every financial asset is moving on-chain. Not just stocks, treasuries, corporate bonds, real estate, private credit, commodities, even art. BlackRock is in, Franklin Templeton is in, even DTCC, the central depository for the entire U.S. stock market, is running its own tokenization pilot. This isn't crypto bro hype. This is consensus among the biggest institutions on Wall Street. 10 years from now, looking back, this might be the inflection point. The moment TradFi and crypto stopped being 2 separate worlds and became 2 formats of the same market. Ondo might not be the final winner, but it's the best window we have to watch this transformation happen. All right, that's it for today. If this was useful, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell. Next video I'll break down how Ondo is building its own Layer 1 chain. That's where the bigger ambition really shows. 2 questions for the comments. 1. Would you actually use a product like Ondo to get U.S. stock exposure? 2. Which other tokenization project do you want me to break down? I'll pick the best comments and respond in the next one. See you in the next one.